double check on this one here.
Check, check. 1, 2, check, check.
Yeah, yep. I hear all sorts of noises coming from the background from the peanut gallery. Are you still sick?
Yeah, I still feel like crap.
Ugh. Well, that's
Hopefully, this is the last day. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm having exactly what my kid had
Mm.
last week. So I had high fever yesterday, shivering. You get really cold, then you get really hot when the medicine starts
Awesome.
working. Yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
Headache. Although I test for COVID, I don't have it.
No.
It seems like
Maybe
it's
maybe it's
around
more like
again. A lot of people.
hantavirus or something from the cruise ship.
Yeah, it's a cold now. We didn't because I think my son got it in school
Right.
on
Yeah.
first day of school, and then he spread it out.
Yep. That's what they do. They are little petri dishes of death, children.
Little
uh,
devils. And on top of that, my wife is always home. She had some convention in St. Louis, so she had to leave yesterday, and she's only gonna come back Wednesday afternoon.
okay.
So awesome, right?
Yeah, you're all by yourself. All yours. All yours.
And sick with the kids, with both kids. But
Nice, nice, nice. Excellent.
oh, okay. Where's the market doing here? These guys are relentless. Try not to get down there. Okay. I was in bed all day after we traded. Uh, anything important that he said, Besant, yesterday?
I think he was just angry, you know. So he's just
Okay.
pushing. He's pushing hard. No, he's pretty cool. In terms of everything, I didn't see anything that really made any difference, and market reacted zero to everything. You
Okay.
can just do the look back. There was nothing really. We did get a
Yeah, it was
spike,
initial push
like
up.
4:30 in the morning, 4:20. Looks like in the morning we got a little push, but I don't know what that was, and that wasn't that. I think that was more oil related than anything else. We had a nice little drop in
Yeah,
the overnight.
until we don't have earnings
Yeah.
on Wednesday from Nvidia, this is gonna be up, down, up, down,
Yep.
up, down. I don't think.
Volatility
I don't think
all
there's
day.
gonna be a move. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a move.
Nope.
It's just like you short the pops and you long the drops. I think
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
what it. We're still exactly almost at the same. Well, we went a little bit higher. We are higher than
It's
yesterday.
housing prices dropped slightly. At 9 o'clock we had some data. So some housing red book, which is relatively flat.
Do you have consumer confidence today
Yeah,
at
in about an
10?
hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And some home sales data as well.
Okay.
So
Okay. You can go first because I got here late.
no
I need
worries.
to set up some stuff.
All good, buddy.
And then,
All right,
okay. Thank
so here we are.
you.
Let's take a look at the four panel here, and we've got the VIX uh, dropping below my pivot 17445, and looks like it's bouncing right off that bottom there. You can see this is its bounce point. So we are, 25 basis points away from this thing giving some movement here. So if we can get a wick below that and start to tear down a little bit, that'll actually give this room. None of this matters. The VIX, to be honest with you, until tomorrow is said and done, we're going to have this volatility today and tomorrow, all throughout the day. More so probably tomorrow as we get closer to it, and then you'll see a stall out. So the market will find a pinpoint where it will be pinned till the result, and maybe just trading around it. That tends to get narrow. Excuse me, narrower as we get closer to it. So just don't expect a whole lot for today and tomorrow, unless you like to scalp and live in a little bit of exciting, fun, fear times. But here we are on the ES. You can see I've got a little trend line here that I drew just to try to show some. Well, it's not really doing too much of anything here, to be honest with you. The good news is we pop back up almost at Friday's highs. here, but not quite. And remember, the Friday spike, that was a brief, quick spike popped up above. But in this transition where we've moved here in the overnight session, we've actually turned the 4-hour 9, so that's curled up, and we're now adding support back up underneath here. So this back test that we're experiencing right now, we're roughly in range to that pinpoint I mentioned earlier. You can see back here on the overnight from Wednesday night going into Thursday, Thursday, and then Friday here. So that's roughly where the market wants to be in terms of making the decision-making process here. Put a bunch of trades on the board for you guys today, but to be honest with you, I think today and tomorrow, unless you're really going to be staring at the screen, and probably not worth a whole lot of your time. On SPY, you can see we kind of held levels here yesterday. Really just, even though we had a little down push here, we just are in this consolidated range here. This is roughly where we're going to sit trading in this range. We got the 4-hour 50 underneath us, though. That's going to act as support. You can see my line here, 758, in terms of the gap fill that is potential there. And let's move on from that. Bitcoin stalled out up here. We pouched over, we hit 81 and a quarter, 81,265 in the overnight session for Asia high, which was excellent to see. It's starting to push out. Now, again, my back test here is now in the 73,656 range on this daily 9. That is where I'd like to see this back test land so that we can push higher, but just don't expect any miracles right now. As we get into there, we have the potential for some bigger pullbacks into September, and then obviously everything looks at the November cycle for then. So again, this is looking okay here. We've got a trend line that we're following, but here I'll draw it for you. But I honestly don't see this doing a whole lot of anything here right now. Let's give this some more time to resettle. It's taken a long time to knock out that 75,000, which is why I'm looking for that back test down the 73 here. I'd buy that for sure if that held, by the way. And actually, everything here right now, I do believe that come Thursday, Friday, we're going to see the markets turn up a little bit, maybe push into Monday. So dips are buyable. I turn on that bat signal every once in a while. It will be brief for a brief period of time, couple weeks, maybe week and a half. But again, it's worth looking at. Here we are in, and I'd wait for tomorrow for your dips. To be honest with you, if you're going to see them, probably the volatility tomorrow will give us a little bit. If either that or we get pinned. So those are your two scenarios for that. ES in the overnight, couple of pieces pushed out here to give us some momentum. Pretty good spread actually in the overnight for ES. We are smack dab in the middle of it right now. You can see London low down here all the way to 76.60. That number should ring a bell to you because that's been a key pivot for a pretty long time on the board. And then 77.14 on the high, which is a nice attempt at a push for a rebound here. So again, waiting for tomorrow. Big news, I think, that pushed us up higher was oil coming down. You can see VIX was not a participant. It's just flattened here. We're waiting to see if VIX can drop below here. But oil down to 82, which is off its 85 run yesterday. We're getting further away from the 88 trigger, and which gives us a little bit of stability on this too. We've got some new threats from Iran in retaliatory sense. So I'm not sure if this could spike back around. It's very, very possible. Looking at SPY, and yesterday, so we did not print a new low for the week. We print a higher low from yesterday from Friday, and we also have a higher low from the week. So we've got a nice little scenario here for us to be able to recover from here this week if we don't go lower. If we do go lower today, 4-hour 50 has propped up. You remember it was down here before, so we've come all the way up to basically the bottom of this channel. This kind of coincides with a new day coming down and back testing here too. So that's one thing I want to look out for. This won't scare me. This would be a buying opportunity. I'm not sure we actually see this level because 759, it's close enough where we could call it and probably get to it pretty quickly. But I do want to just make it aware. I think we probably more than likely will just kind of hover in range here. So I wouldn't expect too much activity here, but everybody is prepping for tomorrow's main event, which is after the close. Weekly 9 in support of the whole thing right here too, which gives me some strength. 750, 270. This is the part where I think once we get the weekly over the roughage here that we had in terms of a cap, that will help push the markets back up and get us back into the channel and pushing towards the upper channel again. We may very well lose these channels in their entirety, though, if we lose that 4-hour 50 and the support here. On the Qs, looking very similar, except obviously you can see these channels are facing different directions, more flat channels, right? So we had more upward trend on SPY. Qs is more static or horizontal. We don't see a lot of vertical movement in the upside here as much as we do stabilization. That could change again tomorrow after the close. This run that we had right here from the end of July could indeed repeat itself with a starting point around 4-hour 200 or weekly 20 here. So we're pretty close to that. Qs are trading at 711.90 right now, so we are right. We're right here at the 4-hour 9 tackle here. So that would give us an inference of kind of a static pinpoint here too. You can see this level is another kind of important level. It's roughly equidistant between these here too, so it would make sense for that to be another channel line for us. All right, NVIDIA, not much to talk about here. This is going to be erratic. You know, we had the drop yesterday. We've got the 50% retracement. We're battling the 4-hour 9 right here. 211, 212-ish range would be the cap. 212.48. Sorry, is the 4-hour 52, which actually coincides perfectly for the rejection if we get one here. I wouldn't expect too much out of NVIDIA again today with this. This is kind of you're stuck in the middle on this, so
Yeah.
wouldn't
It
really run
did
too
it
far.
208. That was what we were talking yesterday. 208. He actually went almost
Yeah, we hit 207 and a
270.
quarter. Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my was 208 was like he needed to hold 208, and it did close on the 4-hour. It did close above 208.
Yeah. So the overnight
So,
session actually bounced directly off of that pivot,
hmm
and that's what brought us the push up higher, which is good. Sorry, did you have more on Nvidia?
no, I'll a little bit. We're right here at the 200, so we filled in the entire gap to the downside, and let's see if today they might try to bounce this today a little bit. If we can recover 212 and the 9 EMA on this 4-hour. And then we have a big resistance here, 216. That's where the 21 EMA is pretty much. And then there's a pivot level is there as well. So if it can hold here, this London low, you will have another push. If we lose London low, we're gonna see yesterday's close of day. There's the gap now.
Yeah.
This pop from yesterday, pop how much? 208.50 to $1.50. Pop from the low, and now we're at the 211. So pay attention if you want to do anything on an Nvidia. London low, if you're using your indicators, is key to hold there. Okay, if we lose that, we're probably going to try to fill the gap. Yeah, go ahead, Vanessa.
No worries. Just switch back. I put it on your chart so that we can see that. All right. Moving over to Soxel. So Soxel, nice recovery here today. We took back roughly everything that we lost yesterday, bouncing off of Asia high here, actually creating Asia high in the overnight session here. But a monthly 9 in support for us right here at 118. So key, not 118, sorry, that is at 117.56. Key for Soxel here is these backtest holding. So overnight runs like this tend to see Soxel find support. We have support here on my 4-hour chart at 114.17. I don't have Ginger. Let me push over here and see. So 114.17, which is roughly the roughly the 370, and actually roughly the bottom of this channel too. So taking back that channel would push us back into this range and make 130.70 likely if we do get back into it. If we don't, again, we held the D200 as promised yesterday, so that was the bounce point that we had given. If you doubled up yesterday, a couple of you guys asked me on Soxel, and you doubled up. If you doubled up, you want to take profit on your doubles. That's what you do use them for. Now that they're higher, you can exit on those, and then if we do a retracement, you could do that again at a lower level. But there's no reason to try to force those into longer term trades. Just take the profit on those and continue going. I'm gonna make a new chart, Jinja, at some point here, and just put all the levels in so I can flip through them because I've got I want to synchronize with you a little bit better on what we do, which isn't hard to do. So we'll get that done.
Cool.
All right. Where was it gonna go? You want to do like Tesla and all that stuff?
Yeah,
Or...
I can do Tesla, Apple.
Go for it.
We'll do SPX.
All yours.
But I love SPX because you don't have the noise of the after hours. So usually it's a much cleaner chart because you only have the candles from trading hours. We're at a key level here on SPX. So SPY follows exactly SPX. Probably going to have a bounce here because we are $3 above on SPY above where we close. So we're probably going to be around here right now. And if we can't get this high, we might come and retest the 50 MA there. Okay. So we haven't gotten to this pivot level right there. Almost touched it yesterday. Yesterday was a funny day. They were bouncing every single time at significant levels. They would not touch them, and they would bounce like a couple of cents, and people were waiting for their targets to hit. They never hit. They did that twice in the morning. But yeah, this is looking a little weak here on SPX. I would not be surprised if we come in here today and retest this level, 75.87, and then the 90 MA there, which if you look at SPY here, I'm very surprised, right, that SPY didn't come retest this level here.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking
yesterday.
Actually. Yep.
Yeah,
right
it's right here. That's why I said yesterday at the end of the day that they probably, and I was expecting more for after hours to touch this 760.50 area, this gap here that we had. Bouncing from here, it literally bounced out of nowhere, right? So a couple of games here, and now we are, if you look here on the daily, this is where we have resistance, right? There's your wick. Twice we went there and we reject 2 wicks. So that level right there is 767.50. If we can really overcome that today, in the morning, we're going to see another downside. A very interesting fact that overnight we did hit to the T Friday high day. That is a strategy. If you hit Friday high day and you cannot close above it, you are going to go down on the day. Okay, so we got to see how we open. We are Friday high day was around
767.
almost 780ish, almost 768. So
yep.
it was
768.
Yeah, it was 767.90 there. If we go there at open, wait to see if we reject or not. And if we get that, then you play the bounce of that level. You don't play the break. Okay, you just wait for it to come down again. If you see the bounce, that you get in. So that's on SPY. Like you said, I don't expect too much movement here because of tomorrow, but you never know. Okay, let's go here to Tesla. We said it yesterday. Tesla looks like it's moving upwards, but you never really want to get in at the top. You wait for and now here's where you start really, okay, if you want to take a a stake at this. This is where you start. You
Yeah,
can
we're at support.
look.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks good here. Try to try if we can cross above here the 90 EMA and this Asia high. We can test yesterday high day right there. Okay. I would wait. Tesla moves a lot at open. I would wait. Maybe we come and retest. There's a gap overnight, but maybe we come down and retest yesterday's close of day to bounce. But this is a nice candle here on the 4 hour. Okay, this hammer candle here looks nice. Then we clearly see where is the level, right? Came down again to London low and it bounced. So this candle is going to be crucial. Whatever side we take from this candle, that's going to be the move. Okay. So keep an eye on that if you want to trade Tesla today. I might look at it. I'm like SPY yesterday was boring as hell. So I'm trying to look at other stuff that can be interesting. Meta was very interesting yesterday. Um, I've been sick, so I didn't really follow. I just saw a little bit in the morning, but I like this here. And there's a little gap here. I want to see if we fill this gap and go to the 50. And if we see a rejection, I will trade this to the downside. Okay, until the EMA is here or yesterday's close of day. So key level here, I would say 568. It's that gap there, right there. Okay, see if we fill the gap, and then what would they do after? Are we going to continue the downside move, or we're going to try to go for the 200? Okay, and that pivot level there. On the daily, we are right at the trend line. That's what I'm waiting for, right? We're there now. This is a huge pennant, look, that we broke to the downside. On the daily, there's your pennant. And now we're testing the bottom of the pennant, okay? And if we, usually this is a really good trade. You test the bottom of the pennant, rejection. This will be TP1 and there will be TP2 there, okay? And if there's no bounce, to recover from the previous pivot level, we will see the other one. Okay, this is how it works. We get here, price to boss delivery, we come lower, we trim. Then when this bounce is going to go here, if we don't go above, then your final PT is here, the formation of the pennant. Okay. But that is this is our daily candles. This is weeks in the making. This will be for a long time expiration here. But yeah, key level here. We might even come to the 21 to this level and then reject on it. Let's go on Celsius here. Crazy. Celsius is really going for the 200. I didn't think we were going to go straight without the little pullback. It is very unfortunate because we left a lot of money in the table, but it is what it is, right? You trade your strategy, and sometimes works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. So no regrets there. I exited not even at 31. And this thing, look at this on the daily, just keeps going. And now here are high 35s. Is where we gotta look. I'm assuming we hit at least 36.40 there. This pivot here, that's what we can go for. And then the 200 looks really good. And then what we got to do is you can't chase now. What you got to do, you got to wait for the rejection. You can then scalp the rejection, and then when it hits your EMAs, you can get again here on the 4 hours a lot more visible where we are right now. See, look at the EMAs pulling up. This is bullish. You just want this to test the 90 EMA. You can get some here. There's your pivot level to bounce and then get to the I-36. Coin, man, coin. If I was in perfect shape yesterday on coin, I would be short here.
Yeah, nice rejection.
Guys, look at the line. Perfect. there. I think I think this last pump of 20% on Bitcoin, this was just to get some guys, and we're gonna see a lower low. That is my feeling. I might be wrong. What I think they did is Bitcoin has been, I don't know, for the past 6 summers. August is always red, and they decide, oh yeah, I think it's going to be red in August. Let us trick you a little bit, and then we're probably gonna come down now and revisit here this 21 EMA. We are right there at the pivot level right now, so we'll see how we react there. But this would have been a great entry. Yesterday when we reject there was, look, this beautiful rejection. Gotta get in there. Didn't even see it. I just saw it this morning. So now you can enter here because we can bounce a bit.
The only
But if
thing
the
that
bounce,
could switch this to is any kind of new, Coinbase reacts heavily, especially the CEOs, in his inferences as to what's happening. It reacts heavily on the government stuff, whether or not we're going to get all this the crypto acts passed. So that
Mhm.
stuff is a moving target, and we had a big wave push, obviously, over the last week in terms of information to support it. So Coinbase definitely got the benefit of that. When Bitcoin starts to retrace now, Coinbase will tend to do it at a faster pace too. So it'll be interesting right here, and I don't think there's very much Armstrong can do to support this. He's just along for the ride. I don't find him very intelligent, to be honest with you. I think he just lacks like real leadership in my eyes for a company that has become. It was one of the original easy to use, wallets for Bitcoin. Coinbase was, and it's turned into so much more. Obviously, with the government assets being held in trust and other institutions too. So he's become somewhat of the Bitcoin bank for the time being. But I believe that all can change pretty quickly, and Coinbase could be really on its ass if things don't go in a different direction. Not saying I have a
yeah,
target identified as a replacement yet, but yeah,
yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of competition. There's a
yeah,
lot happening,
it's
and
just
I think
tech.
he's not. Yes, and I think he's probably not going to be fast enough to
No,
adapt. And it's hard. So, and here's the problem of these companies, right? He is a mid-sized company now. For you to make changes and to adapt, it's really hard compared to a little company that has nothing to lose. You can change everything and adapt at a really fast pace, and that's usually what hurts these companies. Um,
yeah,
yeah, we'll see here. This was a great entry
yep.
there. I'm so mad at myself, but it is what it is. Okay, then to finish here, we have 4 minutes before the market opens. And I said it last Friday. Right now, I don't think the dollar is really going to play the inverse, completely the inverse of the market. But look, we had this massive pennant here and channel on the dollar. Let me go to the daily because it's easier, right? And and we are below the channel and we are retesting the bottom of the channel, and usually this leads to a rejection and make a lower low and come here. Okay, so key level here, if we don't get this 90 MA or that pivot level, if we reject there, so usually if we go down, SPY and Q should go up. So I want to see how the reverse uh, works here or not. As of right now, it is still working because we came down here and then we pumped and now we went up and then spike came down as well after doing that spike at after hours. So it is following it. So I'm gonna look into it now. But yeah, this is not looking pretty for the dollar there. So okay, and then one that I want to go over. Okay, Netflix. Okay, Netflix. Look, it is on the daily. We tried, and we made a lower low. Okay, I think there's a good opportunity here. Let's see how this works today of taking a short here. Okay, even if it's not a long one, but I think there's an opportunity here to make some money on the short side. If you go to the 4 hour, do you see how we're having a really hard time? Okay. The only thing we need to be careful is if we get down here to this pivot level, and then we see a big green candle and make a higher high. But I think this is a great opportunity to come at least down here to the 200 to the 77 area. Uh, it's having a really hard time there. We keep going, and we can't go there. We can enter now here because you might bounce on the 21 EMA. But if we get around the previous high day and you see a rejection, this will be a really good entry. Okay, and that's it for me today. I didn't review a lot of stuff. Not feeling really good, but we'll try to make some money again on the lives. I'm
Thank you,
gonna
Ninja.
jump in there. Banana,
Thank
thank you,
you.
everyone. See you guys tomorrow.
All right. All right. Let's see here. Not sure what else there's left to cover here. I think we got pretty much most of it. Anybody have any questions on anything? I will be here for today's afternoon call, candle swap. Sorry
Still
about missing
looking.
yesterday.
We're
Yeah.
still looking for that hood trade.
Yeah, the hood trade didn't die. The issue was obviously trying to find get our entry. I think the entry was a little spiked out of whack, but looks like if we continue on moving down, we could find that 101.89, which is roughly here at the 4-hour 9. So we'd have to lose the 4-hour 20, get that RTH 4-hour 9 on the bounce, and then yeah, I would still look for that. Um, these trades, I'm trying to do them. I'm not trying to make them, like super scalpy. I'm trying to make them for some time. And the problem with that is that they're really kind of set alert type of thing. So that gives yourself some time. The goal is to not get you guys having trades where you're in panic mode, having to follow and look at this stuff too often. Where it just kind of, hey, set alert for a trade, or even set an entry in the trade with your stop loss, predetermined. You can put the whole trade in. You should be able to put your entry, your stop, and your target all in one entry, regardless of where price is, so that you can just walk away from it. But yeah, not trying to create a high watch. I know I posted yesterday with the trade. It's like a 2 to 3 day trade. Once we hit it, today looks like a better opportunity to actually get the entry. So it's still the same trade. So if that entry comes here again, you can see structural here. So it's right in that range right there that we talked about. And coming down here. So yeah, nice little open that pushes us down a little bit. Could push that trade positive for sure.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, of course. All right. Anybody else have anything? Let's see here. That's that one. There are new trades posted today too, of course. I've got my trade of the day on Starbucks today. Just having some fun with you guys. It's not a big trade, but it's a little one. It was an easier one to put together. Definitely, my highlights for the day are going to look for the back test on BTC. If we get that, that'll also forecast 2 days ahead for where I think S&P could do. And then we're going to watch the momentum here for today. Otherwise, I'm really just not going to do a whole lot today. Maybe some scalps with Jinja over there, but when you get this close to the main event, especially one that's as pivotal as this one, just going to sit back, maybe take my Soxel position here again. Where we back tested this D200, that was the entry. We came back close again to do that. So I'm going to unload a little bit of this here because I'm overweighted, and then just keep the carry on the rest of it, looking for maybe another dip potential to buy again. And that's really the trade for me for the most part. Otherwise, just going to sit back and wait for tomorrow afternoon. All right. I don't see anybody typing or anything else, so I'm going to hop off, and I will see you either on Ginger's floor or the trading floor. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.